Here we have yet another tournament battle from the non-evolving Pokemon tournament here. This one is Ed versus Jusael. I believe this is a semifinals battle. And I did not get to watch this battle live myself, but I have heard of it. It's supposed to have some interesting things, so let's get into it and see how it goes. We've got Ed leading with Duraludon against Lapras from Jusael. Would expect the Duraludon to win that 1v1, and Jusael agrees, switches into Heracross and threatens a fighting attack, but Ed smartly switches into Mimikyu and threatens a fairy attack. So Ed is in a decent lead so far, just because of the way the battle started off. Stunfisk eating up a Nightshade. Nightshade Durant sounds a little bit weird, but we'll see how it does. Scorching Sands against Stunfisk. Stunfisk versus Stunfisk kind of is going to depend on who has the faster Stunfisk or the stronger one. Looks like Jusael has the faster Stunfisk and Ed has the stronger one. So kind of funny there. Ed switching into Skarm on the Mud Shot, and Jusael has a very low health fish there. Aerodactyl versus Skarmory. Both of these Pokemon very, very strong in this tournament. And crazy turn here. Flare Blitz Aerodactyl. You never expect the Flare Blitz from the Aerodactyl. Jusael definitely using Flare Blitz here, hoping to catch Ed by surprise and just kill the Skarmory. But unfortunately for Jusael, the Flare Blitz did not quite kill, and now there's going to be a lot of recoil damage coming in on this Aerodactyl, and it will probably end up going down to whatever this Steel attack is. It was actually a crit, so wouldn't have even been close without the crit. And Smart Strike will finish off the Aerodactyl there. Not a terrible thing that happened there, because the Skarmory is very weakened now, so that's good. And we'll see what Jusael does to finish off this Skarm. Goes for Bullet Punch, but that's not the thing you want to use. Skarmory down to 4 health, and I think I know what's going to happen here. You would have expected Jusael in that situation to go for the Nightshade, because Durant is definitely going to be faster than a Skarm, and Nightshade would definitely kill it. But I think he might have something up his sleeves here. Let's see what it is. Skarm goes for Ice Shard, deals very little damage. And Durant goes for Fell Stinger. There it is. There it is. Fell Stinger. You would never expect a Skarmory to be able to die to a Fell Stinger, but it was so incredibly low that just about anything would have killed it, even the very resisted Fell Stinger. And Fell Stinger is very scary, especially on a Durant. If you get a kill with Fell Stinger, it does have to do the killing damage. If you get a kill with Fell Stinger, you get +3 attack. So this Durant now has very, very high attack and is at +3. So Ed has to choose his next Pokemon very carefully, so that he's able to defeat this Durant without losing the battle right here, because this Durant is now really, really strong. And we'll see what he does. Goes into Stunfisk. That's his answer. That's his way of dealing with Fell Stinger. He died to another Fell Stinger. So that was a huge, huge mistake there from Ed. Just about the worst thing he could have possibly done was bring in another Pokemon that just dies to Fell Stinger. This Durant now has 2 Fell Stinger kills, which means it's at +6. That means this Durant is doing as much physical damage as it possibly can do. Really bad situation for Ed. Really looks like this Durant is just going to run away with this game. We'll see what he does. Duraludon comes in against Durant. Again, the Durant doesn't have a good matchup against Duraludon, but it's at +6. Goes for Fell Stinger again. Kind of unfortunate. Does show that the Durant doesn't actually have a better attack than Fell Stinger to fight Duraludon. And even at +6, even at 3 times damage, 4 times damage? 4 times damage, I think. It's doing nothing. So turns out that Duraludon is just a really good answer to this Durant specifically. Duraludon goes for Hex and almost kills it because Durant doesn't have very good special defense. And so now Just Sail is in this weird position where it's like, well, do I keep my Durant? He's at +6. I might as well get my damage while I can. We'll see what he decides to do. He could save it if he wanted to. Goes for Bullet Punch, but that did do more, to be fair, because of the crit. And yeah, kind of just dies to the Duraludon. So now it's an actual battle again. Again, it looked like Just Sail could have just won there, but luckily the Duraludon was available. Unfortunately, the Stunfisk did get sacked unnecessarily, but Ed is still in this. Eats a Flash Cannon with the Dracovish. Switches Dracovish in on Klefki. Seems like it's a really weird play. Maybe it was a prediction. Goes for Aqua Jet, but this Moonblast is going to destroy this Dracovish. So Ed is continuing to lose value in this battle here. Not sure at all why Just Sail switched there. Again, maybe some kind of prediction. Here's Heracross getting crit. Ed continuing to just get kind of smacked here a little bit. But that low kick, one-shotting the Lapras, is exactly what he needed to kind of get back into this battle. Now it's Heracross against Heracross. The Dracovish gets switched in on a Fire Fang. Very ideal there. If the Heracross went for a fighting move, that could have killed, but didn't have to worry about that. Oh, well, there's the fighting move. So I guess it didn't matter. And Dracovish is dead now. What is even left? Mimikyu and Heracross, right? Against the last three. Stunfisk is sacked by Just Sail. And here we see a bit of a problem. Well, Klefki, yeah, Klefki's here. So here's the problem, right? Heracross is dead. That's the problem. And Ed is down to just his Mimikyu against Klefki and Heracross. Oh, I was wrong. Duraludon's still up. So this is actually probably the game-ending play here. Again, there's two Pokemon available for Ed. There's Duraludon and there is Mimikyu. Klefki can beat Mimikyu if it has enough health. However, right here, this Duraludon's gonna smack this Klefki with a Steel Wing, and now it's low. The Klefki will kill the Duraludon, but at what cost? Because now it doesn't beat the Mimikyu anymore. So actually, this is kind of hindsight 2020 for sure. But spoiler alert, Ed is gonna sweep with this Mimikyu. I have seen the end of this battle. And I think if this Klefki had switched out against the Duraludon for the Heracross, could have possibly been different. The Mimikyu was still definitely a big threat and could have probably just switched in on the Heracross itself. But now that this Klefki is low, it actually goes down to, oh, it doesn't go down to a Play Rough. Oh, but the Flash Cannon doesn't kill either. And the Shadow Sneak will finish it. So the same thing as I had said. Klefki definitely should have been able to beat Mimikyu handily, but it got weakened by the previous Pokemon. And then the Play Rough kills the Heracross. That crit did not matter at all. That Play Rough would have killed from well over 60%. And the Mimikyu comes in clutch. So that battle was all over the place for all sorts of different reasons. You don't get to see Fellstinger kill things very often, especially not twice in a row, and especially not the player that gets killed with two Fellstingers to then turn the battle around and end up reverse sweeping with Mimikyu. So crazy battle, especially for a semifinals battle. Very cool from both players there. GG.